OpenClaw versus Claude Code. If you asked someone 3 months ago which one to use, the answer was simple. OpenClaw orchestrates, Claude Code writes code. Pick the one that matches your job. But in the last few months, Claude Code just shipped subagents, experimental agent teams, and channels. The feature gap between these two is narrowed significantly, especially for developer workflows, and nobody is talking about it honestly. I'm a software engineer. I've run both 4 months. I've read every announcement, and by the end of this video, you'll have a real feature by feature comparison, not the outdated framing that was true 3 months ago but isn't anymore. Before we compare anything, we need to clear up the biggest developments. Claude Code now supports subagents that run in their own isolated sessions with separate context windows. That's a production feature and it works reliably. It also has experimental agent teams where a lead agent coordinates multiple teammates working in parallel, but these are disabled by default and the docs explicitly flag no limitations around reliability and behavior. This is directionally important but is not settled production capability yet. There's also AutoDream, a Claude Code feature that curates your claude.md memory files between sessions. I'll get to that when we cover memory. In plain English, this means Claude Code can now decompose a complete task, delegate to specialized subagents, and coordinate their outputs. Agent teams extend that to parallel coordination, but it's still experimental. The gap is narrowed significantly, especially if your workflow is developer focused. OpenClaw still has a different architecture for always-on workspace-driven automation that Claude Code doesn't replicate. The old framing OpenClaw orchestrates, Claude Code just writes code is outdated, but they're now equal is also wrong. The truth is somewhere between those two extremes. Now let's compare multi-agent orchestration because this is where the conversation gets genuinely interesting. OpenClaw's multi-agent model is workspace driven. Agents.md defines your roster. You can run orchestrator patterns where a chief agent delegates to subagents. You can run sequential patterns where agents pass work along a pipeline. You can run swarm patterns where multiple agents collaborate. Lobster gives you deterministic workflow shells with approval gates and resume tokens. The key advantage is you define everything in your markdown files. Your orchestration logic is version controlled, human readable, and debuggable. You wrote it, you own it, and you can change it. Claude Code's multi-agent model is now coordinator driven, so it has subagents, which is a production feature. Let a lead agent decompose a task and delegate to specialized agents running in isolated sessions with their own context windows. Agent teams is the experimental feature. Extend this to parallel coordination of up to 20 teammates working simultaneously with a shared file system so multiple agents can work on the same code base. The coordinator can send follow-up messages to any subagent mid-workflow, and that subagent retains everything from its previous turns. But there are some real limits here. Agent teams are disabled by default, experimental, and have documented limitations around session resumption, coordination reliability, and shutdown behavior. Anthropic is signaling direction here, but they're not claiming this is production ready yet. Orchestration depth is capped at one level even in the experimental mode. Coordinators cannot spawn sub-orchestrators. If you need hierarchical delegation, meaning an orchestrator that manages sub-orchestrators that manages sub-agents, Claude Code cannot do that today, but OpenClaw can. Also, there's no equivalent to Lobster's deterministic pipeline execution with approval gates and resume tokens. Claude Code subagents are coordinated by the lead agent's reasoning, not by a structured workflow definition. If the lead agent gets confused, the whole team gets confused. OpenClaw's Lobster runs steps in a fixed order with explicit approval checkpoints, which makes it more predictable for production workflows. The main thing to remember is Claude Code can now orchestrate multiple agents through subagents as a production feature and agent teams as an experimental one, but it's coordinator driven with depth and determinism limits, and the parallel coordination feature is still rough. OpenClaw orchestrates through hand-authored workspace files in full depth and explicit workflow control. The gap has narrowed significantly for developer workflows where you want a coding partner that can also coordinate some subagents. OpenClaw still has a fundamentally different architecture for always-on deterministic workspace-driven automation. Now let's talk about always-on execution because this is where philosophies diverge hardest. OpenClaw is built to run continuously. The heartbeat feature lets it check your inbox every hour, monitor your Notion to-do list. Now let's talk about always-on execution because this is where philosophies diverge hardest. OpenClaw is built to run continuously. The heartbeat feature lets it check your inbox every hour, monitor your Notion to-do list at 2 a.m., and execute tasks while you sleep. It's self-driven. You point it at a task and it keeps running. It runs on a dedicated server or VPS, so it stays alive even when your laptop is closed. Always on is OpenClaw's default state. Claude Code's new channels feature connects to Telegram, Discord, and iMessage through plugins. It also has scheduled tasks for cron-like behavior, but channels are fundamentally event-driven. Something happens, you send a message, a webhook fires, a CI pipeline triggers, and Claude Code reacts. Scheduled tasks, which is a new feature in Claude Code, closes some of the gap, but they're separate from the agent's continuous reasoning loop. OpenClaw's heartbeat is integrated into the agent's core execution cycle. Claude's scheduled tasks are bolted on as a separate feature. The easiest way to think about this is channels react, OpenClaw decides, sides. If your workflow is something happens, respond to it. Claude Code channels are cleaner and faster to set up. If your workflow is watch this and handle it without me asking, OpenClaw's Heartbeat is still the better tool. Next, let's talk about security, model flexibility, and cost, because these are the trade-offs that actually determine which one you should run in production, and they're more complicated than most people think. Security and autonomy are almost the same feature, just viewed from opposite sides. In default mode, Claude Code is approval heavy. Reads usually don't require approval, but bash commands and file edits do. Plugins go through marketplace review. The whole system is denied by default. That makes it secure for most workflows, but it also means you're approving steps manually throughout your session. Claude Code does have permission modes that loosen this, including auto mode for common operations and bypass permissions, which skips most permission prompts. But in my personal experience, even with these enabled, it still asks for permission pretty often, which is a huge setback if you want to run autonomous workflows. Even if it asks once every 5 minutes, it makes it difficult to run long-running automations and to run multiple automations in parallel. OpenClaw runs with full local access by default, no permission boundaries unless you build them yourself. This, of course, creates more security concerns, but it also gives you more autonomy. And here's the part a lot of people are missing. OpenClaw can run local models, Llama, Mistral, anything you host on your own hardware. In plain English, this means your agent's data never leaves your server, no API calls to Anthropic, no cloud processing of your proprietary code or your customer data. And that's a different kind of security, not sandbox level permission control, but data level privacy control. If you're working with sensitive client data, regulated industries, or anything that you cannot send to a third-party API, local models through OpenClaw are the only option that keeps your data on your own infrastructure. Claude Code can't do this by design. You are locked into Anthropic's cloud always. And now model flexibility. This is OpenClaw's biggest structural advantage. Claude Code is locked to Claude models. You get Claude Sonnet, Claude Opus, whatever Anthropic ships next. And those are excellent models for coding and reasoning, but you can't switch. If OpenAI ships a model that outperforms Claude on a specific task, you can't use it inside Claude Code. If a new provider releases something better next month, you have to wait for Anthropic to respond. You are dependent on one company's research cycle. OpenClaw is model agnostic by design. You can run GPT-5.5, Claude Sonnet, Kimi, Codex, Llama, Mistral, anything with an API or a local runtime. Right now, GPT 5.5 seems to be the best model available, and OpenClaw can use it, Claude Code can't. And as models compete for the top seat, which they will aggressively over the next several years, OpenClaw lets you switch to whoever is winning at any given time. Claude Code makes you ride with one horse no matter who's leading the race. The easiest way to think about it is Claude Code is a walled garden, excellent tools inside the walls, nothing from outside. OpenClaw is an open platform. Bring whatever engine you want, and the model landscape is moving fast enough that lock-in is a real strategic risk. If you're building a business on AI infrastructure, model flexibility isn't a nice feature, it's a hedge. Next, let's cover cost, and this one depends entirely on your setup. If you already have a Claude Max subscription, Claude Code channels are basically free on top of that. No extra infrastructure, no server costs, no API billing surprises, fixed ceiling, predictable spend, and that's an advantage. But OpenClaw can also run on the Codex subscription, which gives you a capped cost with GPT 5.5 access. Same deal, fixed subscription, no API surprises. You can also route OpenClaw to cheaper models like Kimi for routine tasks and reserve GPT 5.5 or Claude Opus for the hard problems. That tiered routing can save you significant amounts of money on API costs. If you go the API route with OpenClaw, costs can obviously explode. People have reported crazy bills from unmonitored instances, but that's a configuration problem, not a platform problem. Monitor your usage, set budgets, and API costs stay manageable. Now let's talk about memory, because this is the feature where most people assume OpenClaw wins automatically, but it doesn't. Here's the actual comparison. OpenClaw memory lives in memory.md. It's a markdown file. You can open it, read it, edit it, and see exactly what your agent remembers. The dreaming pipeline, light sleep, REM sleep, deep sleep turns session data into durable entries. The easiest way to think about this is your agent's memory is a notebook you can audit anytime. Claude Code now has two memory systems. First, auto memory, persistent context that carries across sessions within a project. It remembers your preferences, your project patterns, and your past decisions without you manually writing anything. Second is Auto Dream, which is a Claude Code feature that curates your claude.md memory files between sessions. It reviews past context, merges redundant entries, removes stale information, and keeps your project memory high signal. It runs between sessions, not during them. Here's the part that a lot of people miss. OpenClaw's Dreaming writes to memory.md, a file you can open, read, and manually correct at any time. AutoDream updates claude.md, which you can also open and edit, but the curation logic is automated. You don't control what gets kept or removed. OpenClaw gives you raw access and full manual control over what your agent remembers. Claude Code gives you automatic curation with less direct oversight of the process. So quick recap, security and autonomy. Claude Code wins both permission security and auditability. OpenClaw wins decisively. It's model agnostic with subscription and local options. Claude Code is locked into Claude. Cost is tied. Both have subscription options with cap spend. OpenClaw has more routing flexibility. Claude Code has simpler billing. Memory is tied with different philosophies. OpenClaw gives you raw access and manual curation. Claude Code gives you automation curation via AutoDream with less direct control. In multi-agent, the gap has narrowed significantly. Claude Code subagents are production ready. Agent teams are experimental. OpenClaw still wins on depth, determinism, and production readiness for complex orchestration. Always on, OpenClaw wins. Heartbeat is core architecture, not a bolted on feature. Now, which one should you actually use? If you're a developer who wants an AI coding partner that can also coordinate subagents for parallel work and you value security guardrails over full autonomy, start with Claude Code. It's a faster setup. The permission model keeps you in control. The coding quality is excellent, and the sub-agent feature covers most developer-focused multi-agent workflows without any infrastructure overhead. For a single developer doing code-intensive work who wants to approve every step, Claude Code is the right tool. If you're building a 24/7 AI workforce that runs without you, needs deep multi-agent orchestration and deterministic workflows, and you want the freedom to switch models as the landscape shifts, use OpenClaw. The heartbeat, the workspace model, lobster pipelines, model agnostic routing, and local model support gives you a level of control, flexibility, and true autonomy that Claude Code's permission-heavy architecture doesn't really match yet. OpenClaw is the right tool when you need an agent that actually runs on its own. And if you're building something in between and you need both coding quality and always-on autonomy, you can always stack them. Run Claude Code as your coding subagent inside an OpenClaw orchestrator, and this way you get Claude's coding quality with OpenClaw's orchestration depth and model flexibility. And that's not picking sides, that's picking the right tool for each layer. And that's it. The feature gap between OpenClaw and Claude Code has narrowed significantly in the last 3 months, especially for developer workflows. Claude Code can now orchestrate through subagents, remember across sessions with AutoDream, and experiment with parallel agent teams. OpenClaw still wins at always-on execution, deterministic pipelines, model flexibility, data privacy, and raw memory access. But the old framing, OpenClaw is the orchestrator, Claude Code is just a coder, is outdated. But here's the part that a lot of people miss. No matter which one you choose, OpenClaw, Claude Code, or whatever launches next quarter, understanding the fundamentals of multi-agent systems is the most important factor. The tools will change, the features will shift, but the principles of orchestration, memory, delegation, and workflow control are what actually matter. Master those and you'll be ready for whatever comes next. If you want to go deeper on OpenClaw and Claude Code and to learn how to actually build out these multi-agent systems, make sure to join our school community. The link is in the description and it's completely free for now. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe. I'm sharing OpenClaw content every single week that goes way beyond the surface level. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you want me to cover in the next one. I read every single comment and I'll see you in the next video.